I know I'm a little bit late today, so I'm going to give you a 2-for-1. So sit back and enjoy, and let's talk about what is going on in Colorado and a new amendment to the United States Constitution. What's up, Wolverines? Welcome back to the channel. This is John Crump News, where we discuss 2A every day, and I'm your host, John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and I concentrate on the 2A space. Second Amendment issues is my lifeblood. I was supposed to be in the new studio today, but it didn't quite work out. So tomorrow you're going to see a whole entire new studio. It is being built right over there. It's just not done yet. I've been working on it, and the only thing left is the battery packs for the camera, which I thought I had, but apparently I do not have, or I just misplaced the box. So once I get the battery pack hooked up, we should be good to go. Hopefully that will be tomorrow, if not the next day, but hopefully tomorrow. So until then, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out. Today, we're going to be talking about two different stories. We're going to start on the federal level, then we're going to go down to the state level. The first story involves our friend Thomas Massie, who introduced a new amendment to the United States Constitution. It's not like Gavin Newsom's 28th Amendment, which would curtail the rights of the people. This is actually something that I can get behind. Basically, the way the Electoral College works right now is that the number of votes depends on the number of people in your state. That includes citizens, non-citizens, and people in the country illegally. What Massie is proposing is an amendment to change that. So only citizens of the United States would be counted as members of a state to determine how many electoral college members a state gets. So California, which has a huge non-citizen population and illegal population, they would get their electoral college counts cut. So would New York, and other states that tend to lean conservative would probably get a bump in their electoral college counts. Now, do I agree with this? Absolutely, I do. To vote in a federal election, I'm not talking about local elections because there's some crazy stuff going on there, but to vote in federal elections, you have to be a citizen of the United States. So to me, it never made sense about counting non-citizens because they don't have the right to vote. They don't have the power to vote. So why are you determining representatives by the amount of non-citizens that are in the country? It doesn't make any sense, and it is probably why we have such an open border and why the Biden administration does not seem to care about the massive amounts of illegal aliens streaming across the Rio Grande on our southern border from Mexico. That needs to be shut down, but he won't shut it down because it helps pad the Electoral College. That's just my theory. It might be a conspiracy theory, but that's just my theory. It makes sense, right? So what do I think will happen with this? I don't think it will pass, much like the 20th Amendment. I don't think that will be added either. There's so much opposition right now. I don't see any amendments getting passed by the usual methods, maybe at a convention of states, but I'm against that. I will go over that in later detail, because we are going to do an uncensored podcast on that, because Flying Rich and I definitely disagree on that. And we think it would be a great topic to discuss. And I don't think Dark Mavis has much of opinion on that. So maybe we can go ahead and sway him to either my side or Rich's side. Either way, it should be a very interesting conversation. I am really looking forward to that in the future. Okay, guys, so the second story involves Colorado. Colorado has passed a law banning so-called ghost guns. Scary ghost guns. Ooh, scary. Okay, ghost guns are unserialized firearms that you make in your home, whether you go to Home Depot, you build it from like a P80 kit, or you 3D print it. That is what the Democrats called ghost guns. I just call it precursor guns, unfinished firearms, or privately manufactured firearms, whatever you want to call it. The ATF says that they are privately manufactured firearms. abbreviated to PMFs, which stands for privately manufactured firearms, of course. I have a lot of issues with what the ATF does and some of their definitions, but their term privately manufactured firearms, I think it's spot on because that's literally what these things are. Colorado doesn't like them. So the National Association for Gun Rights and Rocky Mountain Gun Owners, which are two related entities, the Rocky Mountain Gun Owners are the subsidiary of NAGR, so they're related. They have now sued Colorado over the law. NAGR and Rocky Mountain Gun Owners have had mixed success in suing Colorado. They are one for one, basically. They won a case that would have raised the age to buy a firearm to 21 from 18, but they lost a case over a 3-day waiting period. So, what do I think this case is going to do? I'm not really sure how it's going to turn out. Hopefully, NAGR and Rocky Mountain Gun Owners will win this case, but who knows? It just depends on the draw of the judges. If the judges are constitutionalist and constructionist, they will find for NAGR and Rocky Mountain Gun Owners and issue a preliminary injunction and finally a permanent injunction and give the victory to NAGR. Of course, the state would appeal to the circuit court. And if NAGR loses, I'm pretty sure that they are going to appeal to the circuit court as well. But if they get a liberal judge, then anything can happen because there's a bunch of judicial activists on the benches that do not like the Bruin decision and would do anything to stall it as much as possible. Gun laws are on their way out. It's just going to take time to work their way through the courts. All right, that's all I have for you today. Jordan Vinro of JSD Supply, Gideon Optics, PR Triggers, Eagle Shows is going to be on my podcast today over on John Crump Live at 5 p.m. He is going to be making a blockbuster announcement that you're not going to want to miss. I'll post links to it before I go live, but you can go to John Crump Live and prepare to watch history and the making. I think this announcement will piss off a lot of the anti-gunners out there, which makes me happy. One other thing before we get out of here. The other day, I released a video, and somehow during the video, everything went black, and then it just deleted itself. I have no idea what happened. So I had to re-upload it and re-premiere it. Well, when it deleted itself, it also removed about 1,000 of my channel subscribers. YouTube has restored about 500 to 600 of those subscribers. I'm not sure if they're going to go ahead and re-add the rest. We'll have to find out. Hopefully they will. But until then, make sure that you are subscribed if you were subscribed before. If you're not subscribed and you want to subscribe, you can go ahead and do that too. Also, make sure the bell is turned on because that will also get turned off as well if you get unsubscribed. It would really, really help me out. And I want to build back up to at least where I was 2 days ago. But until they work this out, I can just ask you to resubscribe. Hopefully they will put everyone back. But it was some type of bug and not really sure what exactly happened, but yeah, it's being fixed, I guess. All right, guys, that's it. Be sure to tune in to John Crump Live at 5 p.m. Eastern to see the big announcement. Once again, I thank you so much for watching the channel. There's tons of ways to support me down below, and I have some books for sale on Amazon. You can go buy them over there. Until we meet again, stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keeping the fight. I am out of here. Wolverine's mother.